Hello, gentlemen. We are recording. This is a review of the Nusach for the Shalosh Regalim Maariv service. Yes, Howie, you have a question.
Uh, did you happen to download last week's class to YouTube?
I probably downloaded it to my computer, and I might have uploaded it to YouTube, but I don't know that I shared the link. So that's something I need to do. If you could just send me an email sometime after class, and there's a chance, if you send me an email, there's a chance that I will remember. If you don't send me an email, there's almost a certainty that I won't. So
got it.
You can't win if you don't play. So let us begin right with Baruch Hu. Now, we know already that this is in a different mode. Does anybody remember the mode of the Maariv for Shalosh Regalim? Anybody? Just call it out. Don't worry about being polite. It's one of two. Nice. Very nicely done. Yes. It's in the see that. That's the one I told you about. Yeah, it's the You're also correct. Yes. It is the mode that we know affectionately as either the Yishtabach or the Magen Avos mode, corresponding to the minor scale. Name that tune. Right? So, of course, that is the straight minor, but we add that. So for the piano students out there, it becomes the harmonic minor, but it is, for all intents and purposes, the Yishtabach mode. So let's try it. Baruch Hu. Try it together. Baruch Hu es Adoshem HaMevorach. Baruch Adoshem HaMevorach. Now, an interesting feature that I pointed out, I'm pretty sure earlier in the semester, as opposed to the Shabbos Nusach, which is also, according to the Eastern European tradition, in that minor mode, same mode, but here it's very rooted. That's the root of the chord. The Maariv for Shalosh Regalim leaves it more open. That's the root. If we were Shayes Adoshem HaMevorach, leave it there. But we purposely leave it open in that it has a very nice open quality to it, and it just sort of goes off into the air. On a side note, not having anything to do with anything, the Koren Siddur, you might have noticed the Koren Siddur is arranged in such a way, the Rabbi Sachs edition, with the English and the Hebrew, where it sort of reverses our natural order, what we usually expect to see, with the Hebrew on the right side of the page and the English on the left side of the page. That's what we're used to. But Koren comes along and they reverse that, where you have the Hebrew on the left side of the page and the English. And the effect of that is previously, when the Hebrew is on the right side of the page and the English is on the left, that means that when you're reading the Hebrew, you're going towards the center. When you're reading the English, you're going towards the center, right? By switching that, the Hebrew flows off the page. It goes this way off the page, and the English goes that way. I think that Rabbi Sachs had said that the reason they arranged it that way was because when you daven your tefillos, you don't, your tefillah shouldn't be trapped in the middle of the of the siddur. Like your tefillah should really be flowing off the page. It's a very poetic way of saying that we wanted to make our siddur different. But the so in the same way, so really maintain that open quality. Right? And there's something about the fifth of the scale. If I just give you the do, so if I just give you those two notes, and I say, is this major or minor? You have no idea, because you need that third note, that middle note, to really define what the key is, a major or minor. There's an openness to the fifth. So maintain that. So umaviryo and umaviryo. Shem Tzevakos Shemo Kel Chai V'Kayam Tamidim Lo Choleinu Le'olam V'Oed Baruch Atah Hashem Maariv. Okay, who wants to try it? We will pause the recording while we try it out. Ki heim chayenu together and ki heim chayenu. Stop 1 second. I need you to sit up a little bit straighter and not with the back against the chair. Remember, if you're sitting like this, there's no way that you're getting a breath. Ki heim chayenu, ki heim chayenu, yorech yameinu, u'lahem negeh yom v'layla, ve'avosecha al tasir mimenu ve'olamim. Baruch atah Hashem ohev amo Yisrael. Hashem Elokeichem emes. Hashem Elokeichem emes. Hamavir Banav together. Hamavir Banav Ben Gisherei Yam Suf Esros Vehem V'Yesoneihem V'Yisomos Tipa V'Ra'u Banav Gevuraso Shibechu V'Hodu Lishmo Umalchuso B'Ratzon Kibelu Aleihem Moshe U'Bnei Yisrael Lechonu Shira V'Simcha Rabba V'Yomeru Kulam Malchusecha, Malchusecha, Raumanecha, Mokei Ayam, Lifnei Moshe, Zekeli, Anu v'Yomeru, V'ne'emar, and V'ne'emar, Kifado Ad Hashem et Yaakov, וגאולו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה השם גואל Yisrael. Now we have Ushmor Tzeisenu. Ushmor, and this is slightly different. This gives us almost a hint of the Shabbos. So let us continue. Ushmor Tzeisenu together. Ushmor Tzeisenu vo'enu l'chaim u'l'shalom le'ata ve'ad olam ufros aleinu sukas shalom Baruch atah Hashem haporeis sukas shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. I wouldn't close that E so much. I wouldn't. You can make it a little bit more open. Now we have two options for Vayedaber Moshe, and we're going to do the first one with the accompanying Kaddish on the next page. So we're going to do Vayedaber Moshe 1 and then Chatzi Kaddish 2. And Vayedaber Moshe es moadei Adoshem el bnei Yisrael. Josh. And Vayedaber Moshe es moadei Adoshem el bnei Yisrael. Yiskadal veyiskadash shemei rabo v'yolimo divrach Yerusei v'yamlich malchusei mechayechonu v'yomechonu v'chayein echol beis Yisrael. And what did we agree that sounds like? Very Talon Geshem like, right? That's a remez of the Nusach for Talon Geshem, which figures into the Shalosh Regalim also. And also, I've mentioned this before. Kaddish is said so often that oftentimes it gets too often it gets the short shrift. It's make something out of it. The words are still important. Kaddish in general is an important tefillah because it is used as a way of separating sections of the tefillah. The Yiskadal v'Yiskadash Shemei Rabo, and oftentimes it is those tefillos that are said every day and like in every Shemona Esrei that are never treated properly. At least I find in the davening, even Chazanim who give beautiful Shabbos and Yom Tov davenings, when it gets to Ritzei and Modim, oftentimes they just speed right by it. It's still part of Chazaras Hashatz. It's still important tefillos. The Kaddish, I see you nodding your head. You've seen it. He spends 20 minutes on Tikkun Shabbos, then he looks at his watch. I better just speed through the rest of davening. So really spend some time saying the words of the Kaddish. Let's do it together. Yiskadal v'yiskadash shemei rabo v'yolimo divrach Yerusei v'yamlich malchusei v'chayechonu v'yomechon u'v'chayein echol beis Yisrael ba'agolo b'zman koriv v'meru amen. Yisborach v'yishtabach v'yispar v'yisramam v'yisnaseh v'yisadar v'yisaleh v'yisalal Shemei tikudesha perichu li'elo min kol v'nechoso v'shiroso tushbechoso v'rechemoso damiron v'olemo v'miru amen. Before we go through the second Vayedaber Moshe, I just want to point out what we pointed out off camera, is that the Vayedaber Moshe, if you want to personalize it to the specific regel, you can use a representative melody. Now, I'm not saying this is officially endorsed by the Belz School of Jewish Music, but it's not totally incorrect either. Vayedaber Moshe Moadei Hashem El Bnei Yisrael. Vayedaber Moshe Es Moadei Hashem El Bnei Yisrael. Vayedaber Moshe Es Moadei Adoshem El Bnei Yisrael. Yiskadal v'yiskada, and I realize I did them out of order. I will leave it to you, gentlemen, to figure out which melodies go where. David Greenberger has a question. I do. You do. Process of elimination, David. They're going to know it's not Pesach. They're going to know it's not Shavuos. Elliot's going to know. They still know something. Good. Yes. I see what you're saying. Possibly. So let's look at this second Vayedaber Moshe. This gives us an alternate going into the major. Vayedaber, then we're going to do the fancy Kaddish that we learned. Vayedaber Moshe Es Moadei Adoshem El Bnei Yisrael. Let's do that one more time, and I'll try to get the notes right. And Vayedaber Moshe Es Moadei Adoshem El Bnei Yisrael. Yiskadal v'yiskadash Shemei Ravo V'yalmadi v'roch Yerusei V'yamich Malchusei B'chayechon U'v'yomechon U'v'chayei T'chol Beis Yisrael Ba'agalo v'zman korim V'miru Yisparach ve'yishtabach v'yispoar v'yisramam ve'yisnaseh v'yisadar v'yisaleh ve'yisalal shemein tikun deshaverichu ye'lo min kol birchoso ve'shiroso dushbechasa v'ne'emosa damiron v'yalema v'yimiru amen. Elliot, have you come across that Kaddish melody? It's the only one they sing in England. Rachamim is waving. Hello, Rachamim. So, according to Elliot, that is the only Kaddish they sing. Now, do you only sing that for Maariv of Shalosh Regalim? Now, do you sing it like that, or do you sing it that marchy, or do you sing it more? I really think that it's a very metric. I don't think it should be rubato. Yes. Yes, it embroiders, which is where I came across it. The minhag was Chazan Frankel, who was originally from Frankfurt or Hamburg. He brought his traditions with him, and one night of Yom Tov they would always do it in Ma'ishkadal Vishkada Shemei Rabba, and one night they would always do that Kaddish. My thinking is, and we brought it out when we first studied it, is you have two nights, two Maarivs. So you have the variety, and to pair, as we said, Nusach likes to connect, one to the other. So you can connect the Vayidaber Moshe to the Kaddish in such a seamless way that it makes sense to do it. So are you saying that when you do Vayidaber Moshe, do you do it in major, or you stay in minor and then just switch over? Vayidaber. Right. And it's so triumphant, and it's a wonderful melody. So moving on, gentlemen. Yes, it's okay.